here in Southern Oregon. I don't know where I'm looking over at the list. I know many of you are coming to us throughout Oregon and sometimes beyond Oregon, but some of us are in the midst of smoke, and I want to rub my eyes. It's just so terrible. I'm in Southern Oregon, and if you look at that smoke map, we're like right in the middle of the dark purple smoke. And I was over on the coast yesterday where it was green and lovely, green being green in this, smoke levels, and drove back down into this. And so I can't help but bring it into my mindfulness practice this morning because, boy, it's just ever present and affects everything, this smoke. And so while you might not be sitting in the smoke, you might have something else that acts as that for you. So it might be an overwhelming sense of grief, of loss, of FOMO, of burnout, of, whatever it is for you that might feel heavy, omnipresent, and just kind of making its way in, permeating its way into your life and your thoughts and your energy levels. So I'm going to speak of it as smoke and know that you can take that in whatever way is whatever it is for you. When I think about for us down here in Southern Oregon, and I know over in Bend area right now, it's very heavy too with smoke. It's thick, it's everywhere. And for me personally, it begins to feel like my world just gets a little bit smaller and smaller and smaller. And so when I think about that through the lens of mindfulness, I think, do I have control over this or not? Because I can either do something about it or I can't based on that designation. And I can't. There's nothing I can do about the smoke right now in the valley. And how long it will be here and what it's going to be like and its impact on the animals and the people and the communities and the forest and all of those things and summer vacation plans and, all of that. There's nothing I can do about that. And so I that's helpful for me right away because I feel like it helps me determine where can I put some energy, because what I can rail against is this thing I can't control and make it into something that my brain is then beginning to turn into stress and anxiety. And what does it mean for my future? And what does it mean for our planet? What does it mean for, right? It can start to spin when I'm railing against the thing I have no control of. So just that alone, I think, is a helpful, mindful tool. Do I have control over this? For me right now, the answer is no. So where do I want to put my energy is the next question for me that follows it. And I want to put it into, for me, that answer lies in, I want to make my house as healthy as possible. I'm going to get spray bottles and I'm going to, do all the things. We're going to run to the library today so my kids have stuff to do. We'll get the board games out. What do I have control of here and what don't I? And with that doesn't mean I then just become okay and happy in my home, confined by the smoke outside. I still feel frustrated. I still feel grief. I still feel sadness. And so then I ask myself, how do I want to be with that? How do I want to take care of myself while I'm grieving our camping plans that are getting canceled for next week and my horse who's outside all the time breathing this, and how do I want to be with my emotions so that I'm purposeful? Because otherwise we layer on the pain. So there's the pain of the thing I can't control. And then there's my railing against it. And then there's my anxiety about that and my stress about that. And then the way that might be coming out sideways. And I'm layering on mindlessly increasing my pain. Where when I become kind of more mindful of that thing, then I can take the layers off. There is that thing I can't control, and there are these other things I can do. So I can be with it in a more intentional way. So I'm hoping that's helpful for you today to kind of keep us grounded. We're going to use our practice as just a soothing, grounded practice. That's it. So it's just going to be a lot of being present, bringing our attention back, breathing and trying to ground ourselves into what we have control over, getting out of our stressed lizard brain and into more of a prefrontal cortex so that we can be on purpose with something that we can't control. So if you're ready to join me for this, go ahead and close your eyes. You can also just take a soft gaze, which just means kind of lowering your gaze, usually, or blurring out, or just taking a soft gaze at something maybe down below you, at your feet, at your toes, something that doesn't really have a lot of detail or grab your attention. So find that place for you. We're going to focus and spend a little bit of time just getting into our body and into a purposeful practice today. So find your feet, put your attention on those. Move them around, move your toes, move your heel, and accommodate in whatever way you need to for your body. And find each toe placed purposefully. Find your heel placed purposefully. And just imagine connecting, just grounding. Maybe grounding to the floor. You might find that you can kind of visualize grounding to the earth, maybe imagining your feet in sand or grass. Just breathing in and out, feeling this connection to the space, to the time, to the current moment. Even if within that current moment exist things we don't like and things we can't control. It is, it just is, it's here. So just being with it. And feeling that energy move up through your legs. If you're standing, just feel the strength moving up your calves and your knees and your thighs and into your pelvis, tucking your pelvis under just slightly. If you're sitting, feel that energy come up through your legs. Find a balance point in your pelvis, in your sits bones. Again, tucking that tail under just a bit where you might feel your spine lock in. A nice straight, attentive spine as opposed to a swaying back. A purposeful posture is one where we have strength and attentiveness up our spine and our back. A softness and fluidity to our belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Our chest lifts just a bit. Our shoulders drop down away from our ears and into their sockets. We can adjust our hands and our arms in any way that feel right for us in this moment. You might place them on the heart, place them palms up, palms together, whatever feels right for you. Imagine that crown of the head just perfectly in line with your body. Allowing this perfectly straw-shaped cylinder from your nose to your belly, allowing air in and out easily. Bring a softness to your face. Unclench your jaw. You might find that putting the tongue to the roof of your mouth allows you to be more intentional with your breath and with the muscles in your face. And then softening that space between your eyebrows. And just breathing. Being here, something we have control of. This body, this mind. Feel your breath as it moves in and out. And allowing whatever is there to be there. Anger, grief, stress, whatever is there for you, it's there. Let's not layer on denial or judgment about it. Just meet it. And as you meet it, see if you can add wording to it. So instead of I am angry, it's I am feeling angry. I am experiencing tension and stress about changing plans or the air quality or whatever it is. Adding that temporary nature to the feeling, reminding us that what is this body, is this breath, is this moment. And the emotions we have about these and the thoughts that we have about these are dynamic and shifting and changing and don't describe who we are, just rather what we are experiencing. And that we have this gift to be able to feel all sorts of things. And they're just there to be felt. And then we can feel another way. Once you've identified that, and if you can't, just find your breath and breathe. Keep adjusting and attuning your body. If you are able to identify your experience right now, get curious about how you want to be in relationship to that thing. How do you care for you? How do you tend to this emotion? If you were acting in alignment with your values, what would you do? What would you think? How would you care for yourself? Just being in this space for a moment, breathing, tending to self in a world that is mostly out of our control. Tending to the disappointment, tending to change, tending to fear, tending to grief. Intentionally, purposefully, mindfully. Coming back to your breath. Really purposefully pulling in slow breaths through your nose, and then long exhales through pursed lips. Just feeling your belly slowly start to collapse. And then fill once more like a balloon, taut with air. And then a long, slow exhale. Returning to your normal breath and slowly opening your eyes or lifting your gaze. Thanks for being here, everyone. Be well and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you soon. Bye.